Came away with no stage points. Were you feeling a little deja vu that you might get caught up in what eventually happened?
Well, since I was 1.5 miles away from the wreck when it happened, I knew I was safe from getting in that. But, you know, it just through that pit cycle, the damage we had just made us too slow to hang on to the pack. And so we needed something like that to happen to, you know, others' misfortune for us to capitalize on it. And we somehow got a top 10 out of, you know, the damaged car we had.
You've been so unlucky here in Daytona with this car. Is it kind of like one of those things where it comes back around eventually?
Yeah, I mean, certainly you hope so. You hope that the odds just eventually work themselves out. But, yeah, I mean, certainly today I feel very fortunate to be on the good end of missing it.
You know, where you're at going into the ROVAL, you're talking about that's max chaos with the way they've got laid out. You got to feel a lot more comfortable than you did going into this week, right?
I feel better about it, no doubt about it. If you would have told me we'd be where we're at, you know, kind of going into next week, I would have taken it. So I can't complain about too much. Certainly, I wish our FedEx 1 rate Toyota was not as damaged as it was, and we could have contend for a win, but it just wasn't to be after that Blaney wreck, and we made the most of our day, which is all you can ask for.
The racing product here, is it becoming kind of a priority for NASCAR to fix?
Yeah, I mean, I think it certainly could be better and improved. I think the short tracks certainly need to be the number one focus, and we're working on that. But yeah, I mean, certainly getting some drag out of these cars would promote some good stuff. But you know, we saw 2 or 3 wide racing for most of the day today. You know, it's so interesting because of the fuel mileage that comes into play. You got half the field that's playing fuel mileage, half that's not. So it actually creates a better race than what you would normally see.
I apologize, I was late on.
Not by the book, but essentially.
But you feel really good about what happened today and going into next week?
Absolutely.
Walk me through like the racing today. Like, do you feel like you did your job, what you needed to?
I do. I feel like I did my part. There's a lot that goes into these races that are outside of the driver's hands. You know, stage 1, we started at the back, had a pass through, and then pretty much all the strategy was out the window. And with that yellow flag coming, and we were able to make our way to the front and score some points. That was really good. Stage 2, I lost the draft, and that was really bad. So had some ups and downs, and then stage 3, you know, just got lucky. Just got lucky and fortunate to miss the wreck, and that's what it's all about.
We've talked about it all week going into this race, but like the amount of drag on these cars and the racing product and the fuel saving, are we at a desperation point that we have to try something different next year, or what?
Well, I don't know, Matt, because I thought Bristol was an awesome race, and the fans said it was a terrible race. Inside the car, this one feels like a terrible race, but the fans, I'm sure, are going to say it's a great race. So I have no idea.
How do you feel about the ROVAL?
I mean, I'm excited about it now. With the points that we have, it's going to allow us to be really aggressive on the strategy side, to go all out for a race win. And, you know, it's never fun whenever you go into a road course having to worry about points, because the strategy is so dictated by flipping the stages to keep your track position, and you sacrifice stage points. So if you're racing for points, it's really hard to do that. We're in a really good spot, so we should be able to, you know, maximize our shot at winning the race.
How'd you feel about NASCAR lifting the red? Did it come out, or did the yellow come back out too early?
It was early. I mean, I was surprised whenever we took back off. There were still 5 or 6 cars out there. So, you know, in my opinion, if you're going to red flag the race, you should red flag it until we're ready to go.
I feel like you're getting...
Brad Keselowski so close to getting another Talladega win. What more did you need coming off of 4, and then what happened with that wreck with the 2?
Yeah, I got a good push off of 4. Just wasn't enough. Just needed a foot. So you know, we were right there. Proud of you know that, and proud of the 2 Talladega runs. Just need a little more.
What happened with the contact with the 2?
Yeah, the 38 blended on the track from the bottom, which is where the Ford lane was, and when he did, it tore the Ford lane apart, and it rubber band snapped down the backstretch. And you know, I caught back up to the 2 car, had to check up. The 22 got in the back of me and pushed me through the 2 and just wadded everybody up. So I don't really think Joey did anything wrong. I don't really think Austin did anything wrong, but it's real unfortunate circumstances.
We talked to Logano, and he said you didn't do anything wrong, but he says he doesn't have fun at these tracks anymore because of the fuel saving. Do you still have fun at these types of tracks because of the fuel saving?
I mean, yeah, there's parts that are fun. Yeah, there's certainly parts that are fun. I mean, I don't particularly enjoy the fuel savings aspects of it either, but that it is what it is.
So, sorry, you just thought your best chance was to stay committed to the bottom instead of Larson was trying to get you to move up, but you thought maybe if you could drag race Ricky, that was the best option.
Yeah, it was just they were going to split me, which is what I would do if I was them. So, I didn't really feel I got a shot to move up in front of the 47. We didn't have enough smoke with the 24 pushing him. He would have just drove right around us, and we'd have got swallowed. I did what I felt like I needed to do and get a good push from the 5, but it just wasn't enough.
This is Custom Patch Hats. But what makes us custom? Well, that actually begins with you. We're just bringing your unique vision to life. No knockoffs, no lookalikes. Your design is one of a kind. We know hats, we know design, and we know quality. The proof? It's in our production. Hand-stitched with precision and care, with brands you know and trust. A one-of-a-kind patch deserves a one-of-a-kind treatment, all the way to your doorstep. It's how we keep it custom.
Jared Haas with Frontstretch.com. Come back soon for more great racing videos. And if you like us, make sure to hit that subscribe button.